Hey, Raindrops. On today's episode of Reality Crime Stories, Courtney Parker, my co host, and I are going to dive into the Chrisleys in addition to Joe Giudice, yes, the daughter of my dear friend Teresa Giudice, who wants to get Trump to pardon her dad. And as you all know, Joe Giudice, Teresa Giudice's ex-husband, was deported in 2019 after spending 41 months behind bars for mail, wire, and bankruptcy fraud. Gia went on her Instagram. She's 24 years old. She shared a passionate plea to President Trump asking for him to bring her dad home. Courtney, she said, and I quote, "My name is Joe Giudice. I'm the daughter of Joe Giudice. And today I'm using my voice for something deeply personal, not just as a public figure, but as a daughter who deeply misses her dad." Gia said her family has lived in an emotional limbo ever since her father's deportation, adding, Courtney, and I quote, "No matter how strong we try to be, the absence of a father, of a parent, is something that never stops hurting." She then, Courtney, shows herself with the envelope that she sent to the White House. She addressed it, hashtagged it, because she's a millennial child. Hashtag bring Joe home. And she went. And Courtney, she did say, "Watching the Chrisley family receive a second chance inspired me. It showed me that people can be forgiven, that families can be restored, and that sometimes the justice system has room for grace." Does Joe Giudice Courtney Parker deserve to come to the United States and be pardoned?
I do. Now, again, I do feel what her request is because, again, he did his time. And Teresa did her time. We're not talking about people who were looking for a way out. They actually did their time. He's looking for a second chance. I don't personally feel the Chrisleys are getting a second chance. I believe they're getting a slap on the wrist. Because the crime that they committed and were found guilty, again, not once, but twice, they didn't serve even half of the length of the time that they actually got for those 12 counts. Joe served his time and then was deported. He has 4 daughters now living in the United States. No matter if they're famous or not, like she said, she has been working. She's one of the stars of this new show. She shouldn't be punished from not being able to see her dad, plus the other kids not being able to see their father when they want to. They can always go to Italy to visit him, but it's not the same. So he shouldn't be completely ostracized from the United States and out of his girl's life for things that he has done, that he served his time for, and is building a better life where he is now. I do think that if any pardons are to be had, it should be for Joe. So I'm on Gia's team saying hashtag free her daddy, Joe. Joe. Chrisley's, I have to take a step back and just say I'm cautious of how society is going. What's if fame is actually fair? Who else is going to get slaps on the wrist and not be held accountable for the things that they do? And we, as reality show producers, capitalizing off of that. I know it makes for great storyline. I'm assuming quickly that they will resume shooting. We're going to follow the Chrisleys as with this post conviction. And since again he shows to this day no remorse. He was doing an interview, I believe, with People, where he talked very openly about his own privilege and how people were in there. He wasn't doing the work there because he refused to get paid slave wagers. He just was like, I'm better than this. And no. And now that I'm out, he went shopping. They got their roots done. I'm like, come on.
Not the highlights, child.
Highlights done. And I'm like, come on. So what is that saying as society? And what does that say about popularity? Even with the respect to our industry of reality TV. Like, what do we do? The cameras want to follow. They should be following because we want to know as audience members. But as just a consciousness of accountability, do you believe that production should take a stand, or should production just be fair to the stories unfolding at hand?
Okay, Raindrops, this is just a tease of the full episode. To keep listening, head over to my audio podcast, Reality with the King. It's streaming on all platforms wherever you get your podcasts. I'll see you there.